Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Raw Talk with Tanta Katie. Today, I have a very special guest with me. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, hello. My name is Silke. I'm from Germany. I live in Cologne, and yes, I'm really looking forward for the talk today.
We're both very much looking forward to this talk. I think it's going to be really interesting because Silke has been to the US 3 times already. So she's originally from Germany, born and raised, but she's been there 3 times. And one of the cool things about that is that she's had the chance to experience also the changes in the US. So the first time she was there was in 2001,
Yes.
and she just she did another really cool trip to the US in September, right?
Yes, we started on the 14th of September.
The 14th of September. So before we get into our interview today, we're going to do a quick cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. We got our coffee. She has a really cool
Yes.
Batman mug and it changes colors, and I really want to get one of those. And then I have a really cool Tweety Bird mug, which I think is really nice. So let's take a sip.
Really good.
It is really good, isn't it? That coffee. One of the things I think a lot of people don't realize or maybe don't think about much is the history and the connection between Germany and the US. And it is a really beautiful connection that is there, with the first immigrants going there around the 1600s. At that particular time, it wasn't that many, but in the 1800s, it was about 6 million Germans going from Germany all the way to the US. And with them, they brought really cool traditions. One of the coolest traditions I feel like they brought was the decorating of the Christmas trees. Actually, some of them even brought pine trees with them, which I didn't realize. We do have pine trees in the U.S., but some of them brought pine trees with them. And then, so if you think about the U.S., that's where we get our tradition of decorating the Christmas tree is from Germany. I think that's a really cool thing to think about. And they also brought with them the kindergarten system, and many other things. And then obviously, there were a few other times in history where more Germans were going to the US. And another really big time was after the War of World War II, because after the war was over, the US did occupy some of Germany, which was kind of the Bavarian area, not entirely, but a little bit of it. And a lot of the troops that were coming over here from the US, they were meeting the women, the German women over here. And because a lot of the guys were at war, um, they ended up making a lot of babies. So that's another really cool connection. And one thing I did find out is that at one time in the US, German people from Germany, it was like the largest amount of immigrants in the US were from Germany. And I just think that's a really interesting fun fact and connection for everybody to know. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is Silke. She's a really nice girl, really nice person. She's one of my friends here in Germany. And I just thought it would be really fun to do an interview with her about her experiences in the US, maybe some differences and things that she's noticed. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Yes, love to.
So, you had gone to the US back in 2001.
Yes, 2001. It was the first time. It was part of some of our school. So we flew to Atlanta and then visited actually a company in South Carolina, and we did like 4 days of high school and then afterwards excursions. So we've been there 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yes, that was the
wow.
first time, and yeah, then I always wanted to do an exchange year, like in high school, but yeah, somehow I never did. And I started to work in the hospitality industry and yeah, did some studies. And then I was like, yeah, I always wanted to go to America, so now is the time. So yeah, I worked there on a J1 visa, and that was in August 2011. I flew over to New Orleans and lived a year in New Orleans and worked there at the Wyndham Riverfront in New Orleans.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I feel like that's so cool because when I think of exchange years abroad and being a German, I know a lot of people that ended up in like Missouri or Kansas or something. And I feel like you
Okay.
kind of hit the jackpot with Louisiana. Maybe you would have wished for New York or something, but I feel like Louisiana is cool because it has so much history. And like, what did you feel like when you arrived there? Like, what was your first
Mm,
feeling or
well, at first, I was kind of overwhelmed from everything. So, because I had like a month time to find an apartment and stuff. But yeah, my hotel was really nice. I could stay as long as I needed to before I find an apartment. And yeah, just the culture itself, it was really nice. So, and different as than in Germany. And yeah, in New Orleans, you have a special vibe of people, I think, as well. And with the music, I just love the jazz music and the bands on the streets and everything. It was really nice to stay a year there. Yes.
did you get to experience the Mardi Gras there?
Yes. And
Really?
since I'm from a carnivalistic area in Germany, so it was really nice to see how carnival is over there. It was just with beads and everything. I have still a suitcase full of beads.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And it was just fun. So it was just actually a year of partying. I was way younger back then, so I could do that. And it was really fun to stay there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. I've never been to the Mardi Gras, but I can imagine it would be wild. Just be living in this city where
Yes.
everybody's beads are flying around. People are just having fun. Did you ever get a little bit freaked out by the people there during Mardi Gras? Or did you ever feel scared or anything? It got
Mm,
out of control maybe, or was it okay?
no, that was okay, everything. So they were like peaceful. Well, people were partying during Mardi Gras, but in general, it was a really nice stay for a year. Yes.
Hmm. And before you did go to the US,
Hmm.
what was like a stereotype you feel like maybe you had or maybe Germans have of the US based on maybe something you had seen in a
Mm,
sitcom, or what were you expecting before going over there? Although you had been there in 2001, but like even
hmm.
before that, what were you expecting when you arrived?
Mm, actually, I really am not into that much into stereotypes. So
That's good.
it was just, I was just, yeah, being surprised of what was going on, and it's just nothing special. So like a stereotype that I have, it's just I would say here they say that Americans are really friendly to like everyone new as well. So in Germany, you're a little bit or might be a little bit reserved at first with meeting new people, and yeah, so I think it was really nice because I arrived in a system already since I worked at a hotel. So there were a lot of people already greeting me when I arrived.
Oh,
So it
that's
was
nice.
much easier. So I just, yeah, really experienced friendly people around there.
What
Yes.
was the name of the hotel that you were working at?
Wyndham Riverfront.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
like right in New
Um,
Orleans or
yes, so it was at uh, it's the west side. Yes, at the river directly, or almost at the river. Yes, and but it was very central. Yes, not like
Okay.
in the French Quarter, but a little bit outside. Yes.
So, working in the hotel industry, we both know that
Yeah.
there can be some wild things that
Yes.
happen in hotels. Did you see any crazy things happen there, or was it pretty?
So the major difference, it's not, was that actually in Germany you usually pay per person. Now it's already changing to pay per room, but usually we charge extra for extra persons on the room. So uh, especially during like hockey games or any events, I think we had the Final Four there as
Oh,
well.
wow.
So from like colleges, and there were people checking in with mattresses. So they brought their own
Oh, yeah.
mattresses, air mattresses and stuff. So and then there were like 10 people on one room, and
Yeah,
they just
that's,
paid one price. So that
yeah,
was extraordinary. We don't have that in Germany actually.
I
So
know.
yeah, it was surprising. But the valet service, we do have valet service in Germany, but not as much as in America. Yes,
Mm.
yeah, and otherwise was almost the same. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because even when I was telling a lot of people that I was doing an apprenticeship over here
Hmm.
in the hotel industry, they were kind of like, for us, hotels, unless it's like Four Seasons or something, it's not to that standard, where I feel
Yeah.
like in Germany, the apprenticeship that's done here, it's done so well with you need to know your wines, what forks, what spoons, what knives, how to set a table properly.
Yes.
And it is true in the US, I remember we would go to like basketball tournaments
Hmm.
and you would book a room and you would say, "Oh yeah, it's just going to be like me and one other person." And there would be like 12 kids in the room.
Yes.
And looking back, I guess that is a kind of a bit of a difference in the hotels as well, which I do understand in a way. Cuz definitely as a hotel you're losing so much money if you have all those people. If you can imagine somebody doing that in Germany, that would be a no-go for sure.
Yes. Definitely.
Wow. So did you meet some pretty cool like people over there when you were in New Orleans, like friends and like
Yes. So since I was on a visa, we had the company behind it. They introduced us to other people that are traveling from abroad. So I got to meet a lot of people, like from Switzerland, Syria, Argentina, and a lot of different other countries, South Africa, for example. And yeah, we kind of got together and did a lot of stuff together then, going out at night or going shopping or to the restaurants. Yes, it was really nice. And
do
as well, the American people, of course, we got a lot to know of them. And some were invited to families at home for like Thanksgiving or barbecues. Yes, it was really nice.
and did you feel like a lot of the Americans that you did meet also mentioned that they were also German or had German roots or something?
Mm, back then, no. So, yeah, of course, we got to know that there were like German areas, but I didn't really meet some of them. So, mostly, or some of them were from Turkey or Russia or East European countries, or as well uh, other countries, but typically German, no,
Mm, yeah.
but not with roots. So, but otherwise, a lot of not a lot of shops, but I found my way around to find some food, for example, from Germany. So I googled where I could find it. Yes, it was possible, definitely.
Yeah, that is true. There's definitely, I know in Washington state, in the state that I come from, we have a whole German town. It's called
Okay.
Leavenworth, and they even sell like glühwein.
Oh,
They have bratwurst, and the whole town literally looks completely German,
okay.
which is pretty cool. We have a few German bakeries, but I do find that in the US, you're definitely going to find a lot of German places, which I personally hadn't realized that before. I had only realized that after living in Germany
Mm-hmm.
and then going back to the US. People I had known my entire life that I had grown up with, like their parents, had started talking German to me.
Okay.
And I was like, what the heck? I was like, since when do you know German? And they were like, I've always known German. And it was such a shock for me just to know that these people that I had grown up with spoke German.
Okay.
Not
Yes, can imagine.
perfectly, a little bit broken, but yeah, it's kind of cool. And so what do you feel like the party scene in New Orleans? How would you compare the party scene there to the party scene in Germany?
Mm. Well, in New Orleans, it was just special with Bourbon Street and the French Quarter, of course, and the hand grenade. So it's the drink, the cocktail.
What
You
is
can.
that?
It's a plastic glass, so to say.
Okay.
It's the bottom is formed as a hand grenade with a long neck, and they put the cocktail inside, and yeah, you should get really tipsy of it. Um, and yes, they sell it as a like a gimmick there. So it's
Dang.
their signature drink
I've never
in
heard of
some
it.
bars, and well, you were allowed to carry your hand grenade on the street. So like the cup with alcohol on the street. So in New Orleans, it's allowed to
Cool.
drink on the street, and yeah, sometimes on the street it was as well like a party area, and in the like clubs inside, you had some clubs like a really discotheque or something, and then you had just the bars where you could dance, and the jazz bands and with live music sometimes. Yes, it was really nice, and it's the French Quarter is not too big, so yes, it's really nice to just walk over there. Yes.
Wow. I never heard of the grenade drinks. What kind of alcohol are they putting in there? Vodka?
I guess anything.
They just
Just
kind of
cocktails.
put it in and
I
then you
never
just
asked.
go.
So,
You just grabbed it
yeah,
and go.
that's right.
I didn't know that it was like that in New Orleans, that you could drink on the streets there. Wonder if there's
Yes.
any other places in the US that are like that.
Never heard of it.
I haven't
So,
either.
mhm.
Because Germany, you can drink on the streets, right?
Yes, until now
Yeah,
it's allowed.
I know. So you can grab
So,
a beer and then high five a police officer
yes.
and just say, hey, cheers.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that about Germany, I have to say. Like when I
Hmm.
first moved here, I remember being pleasantly surprised about that in a good way. I feel like not many people take advantage of it in a bad way. I don't feel like
Hmm.
people get too crazy.
Can happen,
Can
but
happen.
mostly not.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cordial,
Yes.
even if they're drinking at 10 a.m., which I mean, Carnival's coming up over here, so
Yes. But yeah, there are always the people that
yeah.
drink too much. So yeah.
Wow. So that was New Orleans. Did you have any other crazy experiences when you were there? Or foods that you liked in the.
Yes. So in Orleans, you have the po' boy, which is a sandwich filled with
I
yeah,
always.
different things, and of course the alligator.
Oh, okay.
And I tried the alligator over there as a sausage, or I ordered as well fried in a restaurant. Well, it's okay, but like yeah, I just it was interesting to try. Yes, and the food, of course, the southern food, it was really nice. Yeah.
How was the po' boy sandwich?
Well, it was just a certain type of bread, and then filled with yeah, either chicken, or you could, I guess, as well with alligator or other meat. You could have just put salad in it. Yes, it was really nice though. And yeah, we always put fries inside.
Yes.
So yeah.
So to that trip, do you feel like that was a pretty big learning experience for you as far as living in the US for a whole year? Do you feel like it was like a really nice time for you where you learned a lot about yourself, where you could expand your horizons?
Yes, I think living abroad always gives you a new perspective on your, like, where you come from, and yeah, what you have at home, or if you would like to have live somewhere else, or yeah, just in general to give you new ideas what it's like to live somewhere else. But yeah, as well, the year was fun year to me, so I had to work. But other than that, I just did things that I enjoy, or I wanted to visit. And so if you just stay at the place where you're born, you might not even visit the next church, which is amazing because you're just used to the view of this church. So just as a comparison. So, and since I knew I only had a year to spend there, I just did a lot of stuff. So at home, I might have watched Netflix series or whatever. And yeah, back there, we just went out every night or visited some places.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
So I think it's always different to live abroad.
For sure. It definitely is. So this last September,
Hmm.
you ended up you flew to New York.
Yes.
And before flying to New York, had you ever wanted to go to New York, or were you kind of like, meh, a little bit iffy about it?
No, so when I finished my year back in 2012, we did a lot of traveling, so a month of traveling in the end. I met up with my sister in Los Angeles, and then we traveled
Oh,
California and flew back then to New York and had 3 nights there before we went back to
oh,
Germany, because from the West Coast, it's a long way to Germany, so it's a 14, 15-hour flight, I guess.
yeah.
So we flew overnight to New York, and then we spent 3 nights there, and then it was just like 7 to 8 hours flight back home. So yes, and it was really nice in New York. I liked it. It was different as well than the other cities I've visited so far. Like we've been to Miami and Key West. It's
Dang, that's a
really,
lot.
it's, yeah, it has its own charm. And then, yeah, in New Orleans, I lived the year there, and then we traveled California, and it's really beautiful nature-wise. So because it's very different than Germany, and as well the cities, and yeah, New York. It's just big and loud, and a lot of different types of people. So I liked it back then, and yes, this time when I arrived, I yeah, as well told my friends I felt like a different person arriving in New York, because I
Wow.
somehow, on the one hand, I felt completely invisible, and I felt I had the freedom to do whatever I like, and
Okay.
on the other hand, I felt seen. So yeah, it
Wow.
was kind of a mix of both, and I felt like, yeah, completely fine over there. It was a really nice vibe landing there, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. We walked like almost the whole city, like Manhattan. We just did everything on foot, or sometimes we drove some stations with the metro. Yes, but it was 2.5 days walking straight. Yes, like really. I had to tell my friend, let's get a coffee here and sit down for 10 minutes maybe. And then we went off like, yeah. But it was really nice to see all the places. Yeah.
I remember my sister, she had gone to New York for a wedding,
Hmm.
and she told me she had walked so much that she came back with a thigh gap
Okay.
because she had never, well, she walks, I guess, a little bit, but in the
Hmm.
US, you're mainly driving quite a bit because you kind of need a car. But what do you feel like when you arrived in New York? What do you feel like it was where you said you felt like so free? What do you feel like that was?
Well, first of all, I was very, well, I've been there and I've seen the buildings, but this time it just felt like endless possibilities, like with the
Wow.
skyscrapers and everything. And what was the question? Like,
It was like you said that when you had arrived there this time,
ah,
you
yeah.
felt very like open and free and like you could do
Hmm.
anything. But question is, what do you feel made you feel like that this time in comparison to like the first time you went to New York?
Well, this time I have a different, let's call it security background. It's the first thing, and the second is that I've seen so many different people, so all kinds of people from everywhere, and it just, yeah, somehow made you disappear. But on the other hand, as I said, it made you visible, so you were both at the same time, kind of. So it didn't matter which kind of shoes you're wearing,
Hmm.
because someone else, well, no one would wear the same shoes, but like different people, just, yeah.
Like the freedom to kind of just be whoever you are.
Yes, to express
Because,
yourself.
yeah, because in New York, they're probably wearing like
Yes. The
plastic
one,
bags or.
the ones had the designer bags, the other one
Wow.
like plastic bags, and
And just kind of
yeah,
nobody
just,
cared, right? They were
yeah,
just
you
kind of
could
like, meh, do
just
whatever you
be
want.
authentic. I think, yeah, I think that's the main reason you could be authentic, because you would find your people someday, I guess. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was that. Yeah.
I feel like that also when I go to the US too, as far as I do feel like I can open up a little bit more. Like I can maybe let my walls down almost. Where maybe sometimes in Germany, I feel like I have to kind of try and hide my emotions a little bit more. Not always, but in certain situations. Not to everybody.
Hmm.
Obviously, not to you or,
Of course.
but in certain situations, I do feel like okay, I need to kind of be a little bit stronger,
Okay.
Where I also feel like in the US, okay, I can just kind of be myself a little bit, show my emotions and things like that. So I don't know, maybe it's a different energy or something too,
Might be.
but that's really beautiful to hear. Also, I feel like the time of year that you were there, so September,
Hmm.
I feel like that has also a special energy because it's got that fall season. You've got the
Yes.
pumpkin coffee, you've got
Hmm.
it's just a different vibe, I feel, than going in maybe summer or winter. Something special about
Hmm.
fall in the US, I will say that. Did you try any of the Halloween candies over there?
Well, actually, we did some traveling. So on the way, there were some, like we went to Salem, for example.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and there were candy shops. So we went in and bought some candy there, and of course, peanut butter bars. And
Yes.
I had a lemon square. That was my favorite because I like kind of fruity stuff with pudding and dough. So this combination I like very much. So yeah, we tried some of those as well. Yeah.
What did you think of Salem, Oregon? Or not
Um,
Oregon, sorry. Where the other Salem? Where is the state where it is?
I don't. It was we drove
I
up
know because I
Maine, but I'm not
always.
sure if it's Maine. I'm not sure. Um, it's right above Boston.
Okay. So
So
it's
like a
definitely on
one
the
hour,
East
2 hour,
Coast.
maximum 2 hours. No, 1 hour from Boston. Yes. And there was the Black Rock Cafe, I guess it was the name, and it had a giant witch hanging from the ceiling, and
Cool.
was, I guess, in German, 3 meters. Like,
Oh, it
I'm
was
not sure how much inch it
tall.
is. Yes, so it was really big, and just the atmosphere. And it said it is a cafe, but like it was a really big room full of merchandise, and then a little corner where you could buy coffee. So, and but it was very impressive. So the atmosphere of Halloween already, and yeah, we walked around Salem, and they were already hanging up Wednesday from
They
the Adams
were.
family, and some houses were already decorated. So it was really nice to see that. We were hoping to see some houses with decorations, and yeah, it was as well on the drive. There were some homes with large lawns where everything was decorated with huge figures. So that was really impressive.
Did you feel a different energy in Salem? Did it feel scary at all? Did you feel like some weird energies going on around there?
Mm, yeah, it was a little strange now that you are asking. But in general, it was a smaller town. But I said I would have loved to go there in the evening and make a ghost tour or something.
Oh
But we
gosh.
arrived in the morning, so
Yeah.
I guess it was not that scary then. But yeah, we visited the houses. They were with the, I'm not sure, it's seven roofs or something, like witch houses that
Okay.
were there. Yeah, we took a look at them. Yeah, it
I
was
can,
nice, definitely.
I can imagine it's a little bit of
Mm.
a weird vibe going into a town like that.
A lot of esoteric shops.
Yeah. Because is there a town like that in Germany, would you say, that's similar? Because I can't think of one.
um,
Is
Not
there?
really like a city,
Not
just
really.
places where it's so to say that witches would meet, but
Really?
yes, but not like
Oh gosh.
not like a town with a history like Salem. No.
I know, but that's still
Well,
kind of
maybe, but
creepy because what if they
it's not told then.
what if there's another area where it's like a castle and they're like, "Oh, the witches would meet here." In Germany, is it true that you guys believe that a lot of witches have red hair?
So in like fairy tales and stuff,
Yeah.
it might be delivered like that. Yes. So the red hair is usually, I'm not sure if it's to everyone, but I was raised kind of with the stories that red hair are pointing to witches, but
I
yeah.
honestly I've heard that from so many people. And I knew a girl here and she was honestly deathly terrified of redheads.
Okay, no.
And I remember being like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't know, but they freak me out." I was like, "Why?"
Okay.
And then I had seen some German fairy tales and there is a history.
Hmm.
But that's kind of interesting, isn't it? The whole redhead thing.
Yes, but yeah, it doesn't affect myself that much. So no, it's a story.
Oh man. Okay, so you went to Salem. And where else did you guys go when you were there this last time?
Well, we started in New York. We drove to New Haven and visited Yale, the university, mm, which was very nice. But yeah, I might have had expectations, but it was totally different once we've been there somehow.
Okay.
It was a really nice university, and we had a great tour. The student that gave the tour was very nice, and yeah, as well. Then we drove to Newport and afterwards to Hyannis and visited Nantucket and Mother's Vineyard and Provincetown.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then next stop was already Boston, and there we visited Harvard. We did a
Okay.
tour there as well. Yeah, I always when I was younger, dreamt of like that doing the high school, the exchange year, but
Hmm.
as well then later on colleges and stuff. But yeah, somehow it never manifested so that I went there. So it was really nice to do the tours, um, and yeah, just to see what it's like to be there. And yeah, we visited Boston then for 2 days, I guess, and then we already drove up the coast to yeah, Portland, where we made a small stop. And yeah, in between, Salem was on the way to Portland, and yeah, from there we went up to Bar Harbor, which is a yeah, kind of an island, not directly, so you can just cross it with the street, and it's a yeah, what's it called, a nature park, and with a beach and a mountain, or a lot of mountains, 2 mountains actually, or I'm not sure if there are more, but we went up one mountain and there was another mountain to visit, and with a lot of islands around. So it was very nice there with the nature and everything. Yes. And yeah, calm. It was really nice. After
Peaceful.
being in New York and Boston, it was very peaceful there. Yeah.
Did you notice a difference? So you had said before you were on the West Coast with your sister, so like
Hmm.
LA, Los Angeles
Los
and
Angeles,
all that,
Las Vegas, yes,
and Las
San Francisco.
Vegas. Did you notice any difference in the people from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Mm, well, the first thing is there are like 13 years in between. So
Yeah,
I
true.
can't really relate to that because a lot of, I think, things have changed in the last 13 years as well in America.
Oh yeah.
And, but I was always blessed and only met nice people. So everyone was
Hmm.
friendly. And when traveling with my sister, we didn't have that much contact to like just the regular, you walk through, you meet someone, say hi, and you go further, but there were no like talks or something.
Okay.
And yeah, that's why I couldn't say if there is a difference in the people. So
I would say the people on the West Coast are a lot nicer than the East Coast. Because I'm from the West Coast, so.
yeah.
Didn't you meet a friend or something in Los Angeles? Was that you who said you had met a friend there? You went to get a magnet or something? And you had ran into a
Mm,
friend that got a magnet? Was that you?
yes, no, it was not a friend. Well, not directly. We went to school together.
Yeah.
He's he's from Germany, and we met in San Francisco. Yes, in a
Wow.
Walgreens, because I was collecting magnets, and I still wanted to have one from the Golden Gate Bridge, and I could have bought it like 2 days in a row in like every shop, but I didn't. And on the last day, I was like, okay, I still need this magnet. We went to the Walgreens around the corner, and there I've met the guy from school, and because he was traveling as well, well, around the world, and so one stop was San Francisco. Yes,
Isn't that wild that it's such a
yes,
small world sometimes? That you
yes.
guys had gone to the same school, and then at that exact moment, you're both in the US at a Walgreens, which I feel like I don't know if a lot
Not
of.
necessarily you would go there, but
Yeah. And then, okay, the same Walgreens getting a magnet.
mhm.
I think life is wild like that
I've been
sometimes,
in this
isn't it?
Walgreens 3 times.
Really?
Yes, so this was the fourth time actually. Then I bought the magnet. Yes,
Cool that you go to Walgreens. I don't know
yeah,
if a lot of people know about Walgreens, to be honest. I
okay,
feel like Walgreens is kind of cool, you know?
okay.
Did you go to Costco when you were in the US?
No.
Oh, okay. Costco's great. What kind of grocery stores did they have where you were? Did they have like when you would go grocery shopping, what was the name of the places where you would get your food?
So back in New Orleans, it was Rouse's.
Okay.
They had a Rouse's. It was really nice back then concerning fruits and vegetables, and as well meat selection. I always preferred this place because it looked kind of higher quality, I would say. Of course, higher prices, but as well higher quality. And otherwise, I drove by bus to Walmart, for example. They had a German shelf.
Did they?
Yeah, I called it German shelf. So there were sunflower seed bread, and
Nice.
they had Rübenkraut. I didn't buy it, but yeah, we have it here. And some other things, but mainly I went there because of the bread. And yeah, then this time for the 3 weeks vacation, we only went once to Walmart because it was actually the only shop we've seen there. And then later on in some smaller cities on our travels, we went to like supermarkets, but I don't know the names. Yes.
So, what do you feel like is one thing about Germany you immediately missed when you had moved to the US?
Well, to live there for a year, back then it was Siedewürstchen, which is sausages, but we have them in either glass or in a tin. And because I tried some of them from the shelf and I got Walmart, but they were awful. And so
Gosh.
I stopped buying it. And the other thing is bread and bread rolls, like croissants. So in New Orleans, I couldn't find places like real like bakeries.
Yeah.
They had coffee shops like JP, or was it? I think it's JP. I'm not sure. And Starbucks, but they didn't have like bakeries.
Not
So
like the traditional ones that they have over
yes,
here.
or like I mean in New York, there are matcha shops and everything. So yeah, if you can find there everything in New York, croissants and pain au chocolat, everything. But yeah, in New Orleans, it was hard to, or a little bit difficult to find. And yeah, sometimes I drove with the bus, but it took me half an hour to get to a supermarket. I'm not sure what the name is. They had Kaiserbrötchen, so Kaiser bread rolls. Yeah, I sometimes bought them for the weekend. Yeah.
Did you, when you drove the bus in the US, did you feel safe driving the bus over there?
Yes, because I didn't care. Like I was just okay. I'll take the bus. Yeah.
I feel
We
like,
did that. Well, people around us were telling us, don't go on the streets at night. Oh, you want to go to the mall? No, don't take the bus. Because in New Orleans, they have as well the trolley, the electrical trolley.
yeah.
So you had to take the trolley and then the bus to go to the mall. And because, yeah, we didn't have a car. So it took us like maybe an hour, maybe 1.5 to get there. And the people were telling us, don't go there by trolley or bus. And we were like, because here you take the bus as well and
I
the train.
know.
And no, as I said, no one ever was in a bad mood towards me. So everything was fine.
You never felt unsafe or anything.
Well, sometimes like maybe walking to houses in the evening. So when
Yeah.
it's dark, it was kind of like, no one's here. But no, other than that, no.
I feel like in general, one thing I do appreciate about Germans in general, about you guys are very, I would say, difficult to offend. So I feel like even if somebody in the US was maybe being like dangerous or something on a bus, I don't know if you guys, I think you guys would just be like, ah, whatever, you know? Whereas in the US, somebody would probably punch them in the face, kind of a
Okay.
thing, where I feel like you guys are like, meh, like, whatever. Which I think is a really good thing to have, like this stoicism about you guys.
I think we as well have all different kinds of people here that would punch back or whatever. But
Yeah. I heard
so,
there was a
but
something a few days ago that happened in the train,
okay.
but yeah.
But yeah,
Because it
I
is
couldn't.
true.
So I myself feel safe around. So I'm, yeah. but I scan as well my environment. So if anything is scaring me or whatever, I would just leave or like get off the bus, yes, and take the next one or
Yeah,
whatever. So, but yeah, I'm very lucky that nothing until now happened. So,
for sure.
yes, but I don't think about that actually. So I'm just, if I'm going, I'm going, and yeah, hoping for the best.
No, it's just, it's really interesting because a lot of people always ask me, like a lot of people from the US are like, oh, you must have a car in Germany. And I'm like, no, I don't have a car because I don't need one. I can
Hmm.
take the tram, I can take the train, I can take the bus. But in the US, depending on where you live, but for the majority of people, it's really important to have a car over there. And for the people that do take public transportation, not in you can't generalize, but in many places it is considered a little scary, or they say,
Hmm.
just like keep your wits about you. But it is good to know that you had a good experience with it and that nothing bad happened.
Well, we heard about bad things happening as well as when we went on our travels, some things that happened in New York or whatever, but to us everything was fine. So yeah. And but yeah, since we traveled a lot and drove half through the country, like there were places you couldn't survive without a car. But like
Yeah.
in a city like New York, I don't think a car is necessary. But well, actually, the streets were packed with cars, so yeah, I wouldn't
Uh-uh.
have one there.
There's
So
no way I would want a car in New York.
yeah,
In the traffic and with the honking and the taxis. From what I
yes.
imagine, I've never been there, but I can imagine it's
Mhm.
a bit much. Let's see what other questions I got for you.
Yes.
What's something Americans do that Germans find strange or that you found strange?
Mm, so since we didn't really like live with Americans, the only thing I realized just now with the traveling was that in the restaurants you were asked your order, and then you got your order, and in the end you were asked, well, first of all, if one already finished a plate, the plate was removed. So in Germany, it's etiquette that you only take off the plates off the table if everyone is finished eating. So that
Yeah.
was really strange at first. And then you get asked if you want to have anything else. And like, yeah, Italian or French culture, or as well German, you just sit at the table and you wait a moment and you decide if you would like to have something else to drink or whatever. Or, yeah, you don't say directly, I want to have dessert. You take your 10 minutes and then you ask the service if you could get some dessert or the dessert menu or something else to drink. And in especially New York and, well, actually the coast up, it was already that they will give you the receipt directly as soon as you say no, I'm done right now. So so you don't have the possibility to order another drink. Yes, that was a little bit strange.
That's something I noticed as well from living here and going back to the US.
Hmm.
I remember I had gone to the US once and I was still eating my meal. I wasn't even finished. And the waitress had brought the bill. And I thought that was so impolite. I thought it was so rude. And that is something I do appreciate about being in Germany is you can go to a restaurant and just kind of chill, There's
Hmm.
no rush. If you want to stay there for a few hours, you stay there for a few hours. And I appreciate that so much. Maybe that's even a European thing. I don't know. But I definitely love
Yes.
that. It's definitely a pro of being over here for sure. Did you notice? So you had been in the US in 2001, 2012, and then this last year of 2025,
Yeah, just in September.
just in September. Did you notice a difference in the service at
Mm,
all? Or do you feel like it used to be better?
no, I can't say that. but maybe the restaurants I would go to changed as well. So I would say I pay more attention to quality than like the price if I'm on or when I'm on vacation. And it's just, I feel like the portion sizes got smaller as well. So back then, when I ordered like a soup, I was already stuffed with the soup because it was a huge bowl. And so then the fries would be like almost a whole plate. And now it was just a burger with some fries. So I think that changed. But yeah, in general, the quality was really good at the restaurants that we visited. So that was really nice. And yeah, it was enough food. So I don't complain about the sizes, because before it was, you couldn't finish the plate. And
Yeah.
now you almost or sometimes could finish your plate. And yeah, which I think is good, because
Yeah.
nothing much wasted then. Yes.
That is definitely true. Although I do love me a good portion. I used to love going to the US and having a huge breakfast just with
Yes.
hash browns, biscuits and gravy,
Hmm.
eggs, everything. And I loved it. But I feel like the last time I went, it got so expensive. And it was a smaller portion. It was
Hmm.
so much more expensive, and I know inflation, but still I do love an American breakfast. I really do. Did you
Yes.
try the muffins? The American muffins?
No, I didn't try that one,
Oh,
but yeah, we had different. We had a lot of hotels with a la carte service for breakfast, or in New York we would just go out, have a bagel and a coffee, and
yum.
that was very nice. And but I tried different styles of breakfast. Yes, so like French toast. We don't have it that much here in Germany, and as well the combination French toast with bacon and
Mm-hmm.
egg.
And the syrup, you gotta dip the bacon
Yes,
and the sausage in the
yes.
syrup.
And just what was the other thing? Yeah, one place I had avocado toast, for
Yeah,
example, just general things. And yeah, I just liked the culture, like with the bagels and everything. Yes.
the bagels.
Hmm.
I would love to have a New York bagel, honestly.
Yeah, you can't find it here that much, and
No,
the ones you get, they don't taste good.
no. Well, yeah, no. I mean, I've never been
No.
to New York to have a New York
Okay.
bagel, so I would have no idea. But the closest I've had to like a bagel from where I come
Hmm.
from is sometimes the supermarkets, they sell the bagels. And honestly, I'm just grateful sometimes for
Okay.
I'm happy with whatever I can get over here sometimes
Yeah.
when it comes to like American food and stuff, because it's
Hmm.
not easy.
No, it's
Like
not.
a corn, I remember one time I had a Super Bowl party over here and I was craving a corn dog.
Oh,
I had to make it from scratch
yes,
myself.
you can't find it.
And
No.
I even made from scratch a pumpkin pie.
Hmm.
I literally had to like cut open a pumpkin, take
Yes.
out the seeds, and it tasted really good. And I know it's like healthy, but sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to buy a corn dog.
Mm.
Sometimes I just want to buy a pumpkin pie. But there's other things here that
Yeah.
I love, like the German bread that I couldn't get over there. So,
Yeah.
have you noticed any differences in the humor between the Germans and the Americans, or do you feel like it's pretty similar for the most part?
Well, I can't really relate to that. So the ones I had a conversation with, they were kind of my vibe. So as well with the
Hmm.
humor. Um, what I experienced is that, for example, at the hotel bar, we went in the evening sometimes to the hotel bar, that the service there, they were kind of warm. So like they wanted to try to get a connection, like, hey girl, what you want to drink? So yeah, more freely than here in Germany. In Germany, it's really strict, and you have to yeah, comply to the rules and be respectful. And well, they were respectful as well, but they kind of were yeah, you could get what you said. Oh,
They were kind of like, "Hey, what's up?" Like kind of
yes,
open and
loose, more loose, yes.
yeah.
And yeah, that was really nice. And yeah, here in Germany, you're like, what you want to drink? Okay, here it is. So, and that's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, they were probably happy too. They probably get so many, different cultures and everything in there.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people that do appreciate seeing the Germans because of the history that they do have, the German ancestry. I know a lot of people that get excited about that. Did you feel like visiting the US and living in the US that it changed the way that you see Germany in any way or not really?
Mm, well, since I worked in America, I know what it's like. And as well, in New York, we've met people from Missouri.
Hmm.
So, and they actually never met Germans. And so I was talking a little bit about our Autobahn and the highway and our work. Yeah, how we work and compared to like the holidays and the hours and everything
Mm.
compared to America, because I know you have some states where you can just let your employee go within like directly,
Mm-hmm.
and so we don't have that in Germany. So you're a little bit more secure in keeping your job. You have to do, well, yeah, a lot of wrong in order to get fired, and as well with vacation days. So yeah, we talked about that, and it's really, we have more vacation days here, and as well, like insurances are way better. So it's not like private insurance. So mostly.
Yeah. I
So
I would say there's definitely a lot of pros as far as the vacations.
mhm.
The 6 weeks, which I think is phenomenal. For example, if you're a waitress in the US, which I was a waitress here in Germany for quite a few years, and I had 6 weeks vacation working here. Over there in the US as a waitress, it's not going to happen. You can go for 6 weeks on vacation, you're just not going to get paid.
Yes.
And one of the things also a lot of people don't realize over here is that prostitution is legal and even the prostitutes have health insurance,
Yes.
which I think is kind of cool in a way, as far as really taking care of the people. One of the biggest differences that the health insurance in Germany, it's mandatory,
Yes.
whereas in the US it's not mandatory.
But there are people without insurance in Germany as well. But
Really?
yes.
How do they get away with it? Cuz isn't it illegal here or
No, not illegal. So that are mostly people with low income, and or yeah, I'm not sure how they track it from the government, but there are a lot of people that are not insured, and if something happens to them, yes,
but
the costs have to be covered somehow else. But
I thought it was mandatory.
yes, usually it is. So, but you have to be registered by like either the welfare state or you have a job,
So some people
and
kind
or
of
you do it yourself because you want to have the security. But some people really don't have insurance in Germany as well.
they find a way to kind of
Yes, they're
beat
not.
the system or something
Yes,
like that.
but yeah, in the end, they would need to come up for the cost then themselves. So.
Yeah. The same for us as well. And I've known quite a few people that didn't have any insurance, and in the US it was
Hmm.
very expensive.
Yes.
Where I do feel like in Germany it would be expensive if you didn't have health insurance, definitely, but I still don't think it would be as expensive.
Mm,
I
I don't
remember
know.
I don't know.
So
I don't know, but I'm pretty
I
sure.
never had to think about it. So yes.
Yeah. It's just it is, but it is there are a lot of differences for sure. And I that is
Mhm.
one thing I am grateful for about living in Germany is it is a nice system over here for sure. Definitely.
Yes.
No doubt about that. So, if America and Germany were people, what kind of personalities would they have?
Hmm. Well, I guess you can't say it like directly because there are so many different people here and as well over there. And yeah, you have as well in Germany, depending on where you're going, people that are more reserved and people that are outgoing. And I myself lived in different cities in Germany and I experienced it myself. And I guess it's the same like in the US, especially even more because it's a way bigger country with so many states and natural. So the nature is different everywhere in each state. I think it as well has effects on personality, I guess, or might have. And so, yeah, I wouldn't put a box on it or anyone in a box. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll take the answer. I'll take the answer. So I did find some sayings that we do have in the US that are similar to sayings that they have here in Germany.
Hmm.
They are a little bit different, but they are also similar. So in the US, we say the early bird gets the worm. In Germany, it says morning hour has gold in its mouth.
But we as well say der frühe Vogel fängt den Wurm, which is the early bird.
About what's this one? Morning hour has gold in its mouth.
It's Morgenstund hat Gold im Mund.
Genau.
Yeah, it means if you rise early, you can get the gold. So
It's kind of like the
it's
same.
almost the same, yes.
Practice makes perfect. Practice makes the master.
Yes. It's that you should train a lot to be good or excellent in what you want to achieve. Yes.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
Yes.
So
It's the same in
it's
German
the
because
same, yes.
sometimes the wording is a little bit different. So,
Hmm.
this one, for example, what goes around comes around is the English saying.
Yes.
In German, how you call into the forest is how it echoes back.
Yes. It's wie es in den Wald hineinschallt, schallt's auch wieder raus. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice.
Okay. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yes, as Justin Bieber said.
Did Justin Bieber say that?
Yeah, no, not Justin Bieber, the rapper in As Long as You Love Me. It's always greener on the other
Ah, it's
side.
green where you water it, right?
No, he really says it's always greener on the other side.
But didn't he say the grass ain't greener on the other side, it's green where you water it?
I don't know. So,
I don't know.
good that we talked about it. Yes.
Justin Bieber. Okay. And in German, it's the cherries in the neighbor's garden taste better.
Yes, so it's always that you want to have what the other has. So it always appears better, but yeah, if it is, we'll see. You never know.
Oh man.
Yes.
So what are your like finishing thoughts about like your trip, your experiences? Is there anything else that you feel like you want to talk about that you feel like we didn't cover?
Mm, um, well, yes. So the ladies I visited or met in New York, that are from Missouri, they were like, "Oh wow, you've seen more from the U.S. than we did,"
Wow.
because yeah, we were traveling a lot, and I think America has very beautiful places. Let it be Death Valley or Grand Canyon, or then we've been to the Niagara Falls and Bar Harbor, so all the places, and then Miami with Key West. So it's everything is very unique, and yeah, it's really nice to explore things that you don't know, and yeah, to get to see nature. It's really nice. Yes.
It's huge. The US is huge.
Yes.
And to put into perspective for you guys, so the size of Germany is equivalent or roughly equivalent to the size of Montana. So one of the 50 states. However, the nice thing about being in Europe, what I do appreciate is it takes you maybe 2 hours and you're in a completely different country with a completely different culture, with completely different food. That is one thing I do appreciate. Yeah, the US, you do have different foods in different areas. That's true. In some areas, they speak French. In some, they might even speak a little German. But definitely here, so in Cologne, you take a train from Cologne to the Netherlands in what, 2 hours or something? To Amsterdam.
Yeah, to Amsterdam.
We have Luxembourg, we got Belgium, and that's cool here, I would say, is about Europe. You go into a different country, it's literally a few hours away, and the culture is completely different.
Yes, that's true.
That's something I still get shocked about. Like just going to the Netherlands, I just feel like, okay, it is similar in a way, but also not.
Yes, it's as well. Nature is completely different. Yes, language, food.
What do you feel like was one of your favorite places in the US that you did visit? If you could go back, if you could only choose, I'll put two. I'll give you two that you can choose to visit. What do
Oh,
you
like
feel
back
like?
then and now and everything, like in total, like what I've seen.
Yeah, like if somebody said you have an all expense paid vacation to the US and you can choose two places
Hmm.
from the places you'd been before, where would you choose?
Well, I for myself would choose New York, but in the winter with the Christmas tree because it's still on my list to see it with the Christmas tree. Mm,
The ice skating and everything.
yes, and just to be there again because I really liked it there, and yeah, almost could imagine living there for a while. And otherwise, I think I would choose one of the like more nature. So before I said I always wanted to live where there is a beach and everything. So right now I would take something calm. So I could imagine like visiting Bar Harbor again, or like the Green and White Mountains we only drove through.
Where is that?
So it's Vermont on
Oh,
the way
that's
from Bar
pretty.
Harbor.
That sounds
This,
really nice.
yes, so we only had time to drive through. So I would really like to hike and to explore this area. So I think I would take nature because I've been to the other places and had a little bit more time. So I would choose Vermont with the mountains and just to explore a little bit. Yes.
Okay, so I have some Jeopardy questions for you now.
Oh, okay.
So here's a true or false. More Americans claim German ancestry than any other heritage. Is that true or false?
I don't know. So I say true.
It is, it's
Okay.
true. So there's around 44 million Americans that are claiming German ancestry. And I
Hmm.
actually even have German ancestry. And my ancestors are from this area.
Hmm. Okay.
and also Bavaria and somewhere else. But
Okay.
I'm betting that they were from here. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they lived in Cologne just like me before it was
Mm-hmm.
Cologne. Which US state has the most people of German descent?
Like which city or which
Which
area?
state?
Pui. I would say somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, because that is
But
where the majority of them came to is the Midwest
yeah,
to
but
get land and
I
all
couldn't
that.
say like a state like directly.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Pennsylvania, but there honestly there's a lot of Germans everywhere. We even have like the Amish people and stuff.
When we were traveling, I was always like, shh, they're Germans. So everywhere where we left the car to take a picture or like everywhere, I even like at the most foreign like places where you think, okay, if you go out of the car, there will only be Americans. No, there were Germans everywhere.
You guys are good at traveling, I have to
Yeah,
say. You guys are very well
like
traveled.
cities that are like small and like this on the map. Yes, there will be Germans. I'm not sure why, but yeah, everywhere we've been, we've met other Germans.
Did you meet any that were from the US that were speaking German?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some people were like, we were sitting at a fire pit in the evening at a hotel at the beach, and there were two other ladies, and when they left, they were like, viel Spaß morgen. So they said something in German. So
Aww.
yes, they understood that we're from Germany. That was really nice. That were American girls. Yes.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, what's the most popular American fast food chain in Germany?
Well, McDonald's.
Yes. Yes, good. You got it right.
Yes.
What do the Germans call McDonald's?
McDoof?
Mackers.
No.
Why is everybody I know saying Mackers?
Who? Ach, Mc's. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mc's.
Mackers,
Yes.
yeah? That's like a nickname over here.
Yes, it's a short.
It's a short little
Yeah.
nickname. Okay. Name one German invention Americans use every day or almost every day. This one confused me a little bit actually
Okay.
because there could be a lot.
Maybe a bridge. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of German architecture
There's
around the world,
tons.
but other than that,
Well,
maybe.
here it says aspirin. Aspirin,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
contact lenses, and the printing press,
Okay.
which are pretty big ones. What's the German word Americans mispronounce the most?
A German word.
Yeah, think of car brands.
Ugh. Everyone. Every single one of them. Uh, BMW.
No, that one
Volkswagen.
probably actually because I would say Volkswagen in English. It's Porsche.
Yeah, okay.
How do you say it?
Porsche.
Porsche. Okay.
Yeah.
So we say Porsche and you guys say Porsche. Okay.
Mhm.
Name 3 German words used in the US. You know these.
Kindergarten.
Yeah. Think of sneezing.
Gesundheit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Doppelganger.
Doppelgänger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we say more doubleganger like that, like doubleganger.
Okay. Yeah. Might be.
Okay, now we're gonna do rapid fire.
Okay.
You're gonna have to choose either or.
Okay.
Beer or bourbon?
Beer.
Okay. Pretzel or hot dog?
Well, to eat or
To
like
eat.
hot dog.
Okay. Autobahn or Route 66?
Road 66.
Oktoberfest or 4th of July?
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I want to go to Oktoberfest. Have you been there?
Not the real one.
Where's the, which one have you been?
Cannstatter Vasen.
I
It's
want to
in Stuttgart.
go. That sounds
It's
fun.
well, it's beer in a tent, so it's almost the same.
with with
It's not the
the
same flair, but yeah,
with the huge steins and everything.
yes. And
How
but
fun.
I've not been to Munich
We gotta
Oktoberfest.
go. We gotta go to the real Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Could be dangerous though.
No.
You think it'll be okay?
It's like
I'm
every
just
event.
yeah.
So
Okay.
no.
Beethoven or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Do you like Beyonce?
Yes.
Okay. Sauerkraut or barbecue sauce?
I'm not a fan just now of both, but
Really?
no. Well, chicken with barbecue sauce is okay.
Oh
But
no.
sometimes I don't like barbecue sauce. Depends on how they made it. So
They're so
yes,
different. It
yes.
really does
So a
depend.
homemade barbecue sauce, I really like it. Usually, yeah.
Sauerkraut I love. I love sauerkraut so much.
It's healthy. So
I really do love it. So those were all the questions, but
okay.
yeah, it was really nice to chat. And honestly, there are a lot of similarities between the cultures, more than I think people do realize. I think if you were to go back again, you would probably even run into more people who would tell you they'd be so excited. Oh my gosh, you're from Germany. And it is really cool.
Yeah, only got good vibes so far. So very happy about that.
Would you ever consider moving to the US?
Well, yes, as I said, so to maybe not New York, but New York was now where I got the most feeling that I would like to live there for either a short period of time or I don't know what life brings. So,
That's true.
but there are as well other places I really liked. So, like before when I left the last time, I wanted to live in Miami. So, I'm not sure what's in 10 years, maybe another city, but yeah, just now it's New York for me.
All right,
But
let's do New York.
yes.
You can get a penthouse suite there, and you can have an area where you can have guests, and I'll just live there.
Okay. We'll see then. Yes.
And then I'll live also in the pool. You can have a pool there. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it
Thank
was
you very
really
much.
nice. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed our talk. I think other people are also really going to enjoy it as well. And to everybody listening, thank you so much for taking part.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm happy you guys could listen to Silke. If you guys have any questions for her, put them in the comments down below, and we'll be sure that she answers them for you guys. If you guys want to know anything else about Germany or her experience there. And feel free to share this with anybody, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.